What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, let's get into this one, okay? No preamble, no setup. Let's just jump right into this situation because Lucasfilm is in such disarray right now that they're just grasping for straws. It's getting pretty hilarious what's going on. You can see this headline. This is actually on StarWarsNewsNet.com. The Mandalorian Season 4 is rumored to be reworked as a movie, could release before Daisy Ridley's Star Wars film. Yeah, it's absolute chaos over there right now at Lucasfilm. And look, we will be talking about this on the DA's office at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Show up. Let us know what you think about this situation. I'm looking forward to seeing what the chat has to say in regards to this situation, because I think this is absolutely hilarious. This is one of those situations that I think that they're just floating out this rumor just to see what everybody's reactions are going to be, how people are taking this news, how people are feeling about this. You got to figure Lucasfilm is thinking, okay, Mandalorian, that's been like the most popular thing that we've been able to do in the last 4 to 5 years. Why don't we go ahead and push this out as a movie? John, can you work that into a movie? Favreau's probably like, I don't know, maybe not. All right, well, let's pull back. Let's see what the audience thinks, Let's just let this rumor float out into the atmosphere, and we'll get an idea where people are with it, and then we can make a decision off of that. That's basically what's happening, because they haven't been in theaters since, 2019. They're going on 4 years. You might as well say 5 years, because nothing's coming out next year either. At the very earliest, you're talking Christmas 2026. That they'll have something in theaters. I know they say there's a May movie. I don't think there's going to be a May 2026 film. At the very earliest, you're looking at Christmas 2026, if we're being realistic. And so right now, they're probably figuring, hey, Mando season 4, that was well underway. If we fast track this thing, we might be able to get it out in 2025. And, hey, we got a movie out there. Because look, Star Wars is drying up. It's an absolute dead franchise right now. And I, as a Star Wars fan, hate to admit that, but that's where it's at, And look, check this tweet out. Now, yeah, this is WDW Pro. He was responding to Josh from Den of Nerds. Josh said, is it just me, or is the reaction to the story about Mando 4 being a movie completely apathetic? Star Wars might be cooked. Might be? Star Wars has been in the pot cooking for a long time. I think it's done. Right? Take it out, pop it out of the oven. It's ready to go in the garbage. I mean, it is over, man. Yeah, and then Pro responds, number one, I'm skeptical. Yeah, I'm kind of skeptical too. Again, I don't think this is really the move, but I think they're floating this out there just to see what the reactions from the general audiences will be. And then 2, nobody cares. Yeah, nobody cares because Star Wars is cooked, okay? Like you said, Star Wars is absolutely cooked. And then 3, Ahsoka was the final straw. I said that from day one, that if they didn't get Ahsoka right, I said that all the way back at that celebration panel. I'll link that video above. Right out of the celebration panel, I said Ahsoka has to be a banger. If Ahsoka is not a banger in any way, shape, or form, it might be over. This mandoverse thing, because Mandalorian season 3 was trash. And this mandoverse situation, it might be over. It's completely dead right now. Nobody cares. So yeah, that brings us back to this whole situation where, yeah, we're going to try to get a Mando season 4, transform that into a movie, and let's see what happens. So let's check this article out. In a surprising turn of events, the rumor mill is suggesting that the 4th season of The Mandalorian might turn out to be the next Star Wars movie instead of the one starring Daisy Ridley as Rey, another movie nobody's asking for. Again, I've talked about that extensively. Nobody cares about Daisy Ridley. Nobody cares about this Rey character. It's like they forcing vegetables down, Brussels sprouts down our throats. Like, we do not want this. And again, it's simple. It's simple stuff. Why haven't they fired Kathleen Kennedy yet? Nobody can answer that question. Nobody understands this. Again, regardless of what you think of Kathleen Kennedy, she has been a failure as president of Lucasfilm. Everything runs through her. She's the president. So everything falls on her watch. And now she's got Dave Filoni sitting as a meat shield to kind of deflect all the blame. You got Pandaverse and you got South Park, lampooning your entire studio and your company because of Kathleen Kennedy and her missteps. And you won't fire her. I don't understand that. I don't understand the thinking behind that. It's got to be ideological or something like that. Because at the end of the day, if you don't do your job at your job, you are going to get fired. They're not just going to sit up there and let you flush, millions and millions of dollars down the drain because of your skin color or your sex or whatever. But apparently that's what they do at Disney. So yeah, no sympathy whatsoever about that situation. According to Jeff Snyder on the hot mic, that might be what's happening. He claims the odds are in its favor that a movie of The Mandalorian is on its way in place of a fourth season, claiming that this new development may be influenced by the disruption caused by the writer strike and actor strike earlier this year. Of course, everything is going to get blamed on the damn writers and actor strike. They're never going to say, you know what? Maybe the reason that we're doing this is because Star Wars is in the absolute toilet right now, and we need to spark the fan base. We need to do something. We need to get back into the app. I mean, nobody's talking about Star Wars. Nobody cares about Star Wars. Star Wars was the biggest property on the planet at one point, and they have absolutely destroyed it, burned it down. And so, yeah, they got to figure out, how do we get back into the public eye? The public doesn't care at all about Star Wars right now. That's the problem. It has nothing to do with the writers and actor strike, why they're making these decisions. And it has everything to do with, yo, we got to get back in the public conversation. Everything is running roughshod over us. You got the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that's already conquered us. You know, and even though that's falling back, they're probably thinking, you know what, with Marvel falling back a little bit, maybe this is an opportunity to get back some fans, get back some of the market share of, you know, fandom and entertainment that we've lost, you know, so maybe this is an opportunity for that. I don't know. But there's no way in the world you can keep blaming everything on the damn strike. Stop it. It's embarrassing to hear this crap, man. In addition to that, he also stated that this would come out ahead of Daisy Ridley's new Star Wars movie starring Rey. I don't think that movie should come out at all. I don't think that's a film anybody wants to see. Who wants to see that movie? Nobody. The original plan was for the next installment of the Din Djarin story to be a season of television. As Jon Favreau had said earlier this year, the scripts were all done. Snyder says the strikes may have changed some things since then, though stunt double Brendan Wayne posted last month that season 4 of Mando is getting ramped up. Notice he didn't say something vaguer like just The Mandalorian. Exactly. Again, this is a last minute. Like, it's not a move. I don't think they're really doing this. Again, I think they're, you know, testing the waters. They're throwing this bait out there. They're seeing what people got to say about it. All right, is anybody going to react positively to this? Is anybody excited about this? The news has been out there. Look, the news has been out there for almost a day, all right? You know, actually over a day. Like Josh of Gen of Nerds, this was 17 hours ago as of the taping of this video that he came out with this, and he said, man, nobody's even talking about this thing. You know, is it complete apathy? Yes, it is. Star Wars is in this apathetic state because they won't fire Kathleen Kennedy. You know, they had everybody back after Mando season 2. Everybody was excited because they brought back Luke Skywalker. They did right by the fan base for a change. So now the fan base is going to be excited. They're going to be talking Star Wars. Like, if you got fans like myself and you guys out there, if we're talking Star Wars in a positive direction and we're excited and we're buzzing and that's what happens to like a show like Game of Thrones. Like when the Game of Thrones started, you know, when the buzz started picking up and everybody started talking about it, that's what happens. Everybody's talking about it. It's water cooler talk. It's all over Twitter. It's all over social media. Nobody can shut up about it. And when that happens, that's when your show goes back up. That's when your franchise goes back up. But if everybody's like, woke, Ahsoka, Mando season 3 was trash. The Book of Boba Fett was trash. Obi-Wan was trash. Andor is like the only thing that gets talked about positively lately. And that was a show nobody watched. And a lot of people refuse to watch it because everything else in Star Wars is bad. It's like Pro says, Ahsoka was the last straw, and I think he's right. Ahsoka was the last chance gas. You know, when you're driving on the road, and hey, this is the last chance, you know, the next gas station ain't for another like 100 miles. So if you don't get gas here, good luck, you know. Ahsoka was the last chance gas station on the road for Lucasfilm to get Star Wars back to some sort of respectability. And they dropped the ball. Let's just be honest. They dropped the ball. Filoni is not the guy. And now he's head of creativity and all of that crap. It's just going to be a disaster. But yeah, nobody's talking about this thing right here. All right. Nobody's buzzing about The Mandalorian. It also makes you wonder what is becoming of Dave Filoni's Star Wars movie. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about Dave Filoni's Star Wars movies right now, Lucasfilm. You got to fire Kathleen Kennedy. I guarantee you fire that chick, you probably going to bring back like at least a good 25% of the fans that have already left you. But you're going to get the attention of another like 25 to 50% of the fans. A lot of people are just done. They're like, screw them, I'm done. I'm on to other things. But there's still probably a good 75%. They just keep, hey, what's going on over here? What's Star Wars doing right now? They keeping their eye on it, but they really not like messing with it. But if you fire Kathleen, okay, now you're going to bring back 25% off rip. You're going to bring back 25% of the people that have already left Star Wars. And then everybody else is going to keep their eye and see what's next. Oh, are they going to do something with Luke? Are they going to fix Luke? Do a Luke Skywalker series, Sebastian Stan, you can have him stand in, or even you could do like old man Luke. I would do like a flashback type of situation, like older Luke, put together the Jedi Order, but then like reminiscent on some of his past battles and things. And you put Sebastian Stan in that role, and you just have a full on Luke Skywalker series. And you just have him going up against new threats, being the hero that we all love. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that would be great for Star Wars. That's the kind of stuff that they need to be doing. Not putting Mando season 4 into a movie. That's why it's complete apathy. That's why nobody cares about this. But again, Lucasfilm, they don't learn their lessons. They don't do the simple, obvious thing. Fire the chick that's been ruining your franchise. Fire her. Give her golden parachute. Send her off on her way. She probably wants to get fired. Like, man, please somebody fire me. Here, let me throw a Rey movie out there. Maybe they'll finally fire my ass. Like she probably is like, I'm not going to step down. Y'all going to have to fire me so I can, say I was fired, or whatever. But I mean, anyway, folks, I'm done ranting. It's just ridiculous how bad things have gotten for Star Wars. Now they're just throwing out this desperation bait, trying to like lure you into discussing Star Wars in a positive way. It's not happening. Mando season 3 told us that this company doesn't know what it's doing. If Favreau is smart, he would get the hell out of Dodge. Look, I gave y'all 2 good seasons of Mandalorian. I set you guys up with Luke Skywalker. Y'all dropped the ball. His season 3 felt totally messed with. That's just the way I see it. Anyway, folks, I've been ranting long enough. You guys let me know what you think about this situation with Mando season 4 becoming a movie. I think it's an absolute joke. And I don't think it's going to happen. But I do think they're floating that rumor out there just to see what the buzz is and see if people are interested in this being a movie. We're not interested in anything right now with Star Wars until you guys show us that you are serious about the fan base. And that means getting rid of Kathleen. That's just it. Okay, that's how I see it. But you guys let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.